breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. In one of the most anticipated fight in women boxing and one of the biggest fights in women boxing that's going to be taking place August 29th between Chantelle Cameron versus Mikaela Mayer just got more meaningful. The Ring Magazine lineal title will also be on the line. Y'all already know the most prestige title belt in the history of the sport of boxing is on the line. I wish that this fight could have been, 3-minute rounds. You feel me? 10 rounds or at least 12 rounds, 3 minutes. And to be honest, I know that Mikaela Mayer didn't want to change the rules because, of course, the WBC wouldn't sanction that, and she's a WBC champion. And, it's unfair. She worked hard to be a champion, and I understand her position, but I wish that the WBC will understand the magnitude of this fight and, we'll buzz just like the rest of the sanctioning body that does allow 3-minute rounds, So this is going to be 10 rounds, 2 minutes. And I think that it actually would have benefited Mikaela Mayer more than Chantelle Cameron. Chantelle Cameron is a little older. She's more of a, she sits down on her shots. She don't pop shots. She goes for power. I'm going to make my early prediction right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make my early prediction. I think it's a 50-50 fight. It could go anywhere. But if I had to choose, I would choose Chantelle Cameron. The only blemish in Chantelle Cameron's resume is losing to Katie Taylor, but she got one of the best wins in women boxing, history of this era, right? She beat Jessica McCaskill. Jessica McCaskill, the former welterweight undisputed, which defeated Cecilia Breakers. Y'all already know Cecilia Breakers was the first undisputed in the 4-belt era and the longest reigning one at that. And Jessica McCaskill did her thing. Hopefully Jessica McCaskill is back. Is back. I heard that she's gonna be back out of retirement. Hopefully she's back. Women boxing is alive and well and is in better position than it was than when she was active and she was champion. Mikaela Mayer is gonna put up a good fight, but I just think that Mikaela Mayer, when she gets into a war, and she can make her fight a little bit easier, but she likes to brawl and she likes to fight as well. And we've seen her what happened with Natasha Jonas, which was a great fight. We've seen it was a good fight with Alicia Baumgartner, but she didn't win those fights, right? We've seen the wars with her with Sandy Ryan. So I think if it goes, is inevitable it's gonna go to a firefight. And yes, she's moved up, Mikaela Mayer, so she should feel a little bit stronger. Her power should be more potent and stuff like that. But I don't think the style is gonna change, and I don't think the power is gonna increase that much. So I believe it's gonna be a war most of the fight, and I know that Chantelle Cameron is going to make it a war as well, and I do believe that Chantelle Cameron will win in the exchanges. A lot of these great matchups, are 50-50, so I could see a split decision. I could see, Mikaela Mayer winning, 94, 96, something like that, in both ways. I could see this fight being a draw. But if I have to pick a win, I will go with Chantelle Cameron. She's not as young, but she's not old. And a lot of these girls is around the same age as well, in their 30s. Well-schooled, well-coached. They got good corners. I just think that it's going to be a Barnes and Burn. It's going to be one of the most entertaining fight. I think it's going to be one of the fight of the year candidate when it's all said and done. The women they always go all out. In this level, they always go all out. Also going to be performing in that card, Caroline Dubois. Caroline Dubois is one of the prestige champions as well. Young fighter. I can't wait to see a Caroline Dubois versus an Alicia Baumgartner. I think that's going to be, women boxing, especially in 2026, it's going to be a Barnes and Burn. I can't wait to see Ellie Scottney, one of my favorite fighters, back in the ring, and Tiara Brown back in the ring. So, it's good news. It's good news. More legacy, more meaningful. This is going to be a great fight, and it might be a rematch. This is the type of matchup that has this trilogy. Mikaela Mayer also got some more fights, in her pocket. She maybe could lure a Clarissa Shields to move down to the 154. right? But I'm gonna tell you like this, folks. If Mikaela Mayer doesn't get through Chantelle Cameron, because she couldn't get through a Natasha Jonas, she couldn't get through a Alicia Baumgartner. I know they've been talking about Clarissa Shields and Mikaela Mayer. They've been friends for a long time. I just don't see how Mikaela Mayer is going to compete up in that 160-pound division over the Clarissa Shields if she can't get through Chantelle Cameron. If she can't get through Chantelle Cameron, she should just stay there or move right back down and let Alicia Baumgartner come right back up. And I think that would be a wonderful fight at 147 or catch weight. I don't think Mikaela Mayer and Clarissa Shields. I know that Clarissa Shields is hoping for Mikaela Mayer to perform very, very well, to give that type of perception and aura, you know, or illusion that Mikaela Mayer could go up there. But I don't think that is a great fight if she loses to Chantelle Cameron. You know, if it's a controversial decision, if we see Chantelle Cameron being hurt or whatever, okay, maybe we could see it. But I think that you know, Mikaela Mayer got to show out, and she really got to put the best performance of her life to beat a Chantelle Cameron. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel. Punch Run Boxing. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.